We're moving back right now because I don't know if you can hear it on this, but we have an active gas leak. We just got new information in from police. Sheriff Marty Argenbright has confirmed that 2 deputies were shot here. This is very much the definition of a developing scene. All of this happening just within the past 15 minutes or so. Going to step out and let you look at this. This is at Southside Food and Liquor off Army Post Road. We were just about to do another live shot over right nearby on Payton Avenue when we heard what sounded like the gunshots. And we are at Hoover High School's football stadium. You can see the stadium has emptied out, but it looks like the game was in progress as these shots rang out here near the stadium. 2:15 sitting on the clock. This tree right behind me is not the only one. You can see just a line of trees that has just been toppled over by these strong winds. You see all these branches. Today I talked to the man who took that viral video here at the Conoco off 63rd, and later we found out that the series of crimes Poole's accused of began less than a mile south of here. So you go to just about any business here in town and you'll see a poster like this one with Molly's face, her name, her description. The plane took off from that grass airstrip, getting a few hundred feet, going into those trees, then crashing into that field. Sharon and Paul Jackson's belongings remain strewn throughout the yard of their Rose Hill home. This explosion flattened their house early Sunday morning.
They were trapped there, between that board and the mattress.
Tina Van Sant is grateful her mom and stepdad made it out of the rubble alive.
All they said was they had just come back from getting up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, and they'd both gotten back in bed, and all they knew was a big flash, and next thing they knew, they were in the basement.
Van Sant says the explosion happened around 3:30 a.m. It was forceful enough to blow out a neighbor's window and send the Jacksons' front door flying across to another neighbor's home. She says her mom and stepdad couldn't call for help. It took an Alliant Energy crew coming by at 5 to check why the power was off to find them.
I woke up at 6:15 and was told that my mother's house exploded, blew up, and we needed to get there now because they weren't out yet, because the electric company had just found them and they were still in the house.
Crews were able to rescue the couple at around 6.
There was a small 2x2 opening that we could see them, and we were able to bring them up through and get them out through that hole.
Medics took Sharon and Paul Jackson to the hospital. Both had rib injuries and Sharon had back fractures. Paul Jackson got out Monday. Sharon's expected to Tuesday. The couple's dog didn't make it though, but their parrot did. Cheese Puff was in his cage and blown free from the house when it blew up. He got some feather burns. The couple thinks a lightning strike caused the explosion, but firefighters don't know for sure.
Just really open-ended right now. Don't know what caused it.
That was blown all the way to that house.
Amid the rubble, Tina Van Sant knows all of these things can be replaced, but family can't.
I'm just glad that we didn't have to deal with a funeral.
In Rose Hill, Chris Gothner, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader. It's political pageantry on full display.
Oh, this is all, right?
It's candidates flipping and grilling all kinds of meat, or even meatless burgers for noted vegan Bree Booker. Vegan burgers, taste good?
Oh my gosh.
Even I tried one.
We were surprised. We've done, I bet, 500-600 of these. I think that's a pretty good amount for Iowans who are generally, steak eaters.
Shaking hands, taking selfies on Saturday, the Polk Democrats steak fry was perhaps the center of the political universe.
I want to hear what people have to say. And it's all in one place and we get to eat.
And it might be best described as controlled chaos. For 17 Democratic presidential candidates, it's a chance to reach the more than 12,000 potential caucus goers who attended. That's a record.
This is my first steak fry, so I'm happy to be here. Look forward to spending the day here.
Iowans take this seriously, and we know that there's about 135 days before anybody actually expresses their preference. So there's a lot of good work to be doing here.
Rain couldn't douse the campaigning, and it didn't dampen the enthusiasm of fired-up Democrats.
With all the enthusiasm of everybody and to see the different camps set up, it's just a lot of fun.
At Waterworks Park in Des Moines, Chris Gothner, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
Dan James Richards of Creston, formerly of Winterset,
was born June 3rd, 2002 in Des Moines.
The youngest of 4 children, born to Danny Joe Richards and Laura Jean Marie Miller.
Dan, little Dan, chose to take his own life on May 3rd, 2019.
It's a notice to the world about a loved one lost. The obituary for 16-year-old Dan Richards has much of what you might expect to read in a tribute to a young life gone too soon.
He attended his sophomore year at Crescent High School,
which he was about to finish. In school, Dan was involved in choir, chess club, and football.
He was easygoing and so caring.
Dan touched the lives of so many. He didn't have a mean bone in his body.
But what makes this go beyond the mere public notice of a family tragedy
is it's the worst pain anybody could ever imagine.
And I'd just like a few words
is the pointed message those who loved Dan included.
The family would like to note
to the bullies out there who succeeded in making Dan feel worthless.
He wasn't. We really just want to raise awareness that it happened. It is what it is. We want to prevent other families from having to feel this way as well.
Dan's sister Mary says her family wanted to deal with bullying head on.
It's not just one place, it's everywhere.
As they grapple with denial, anger, and feeling blindsided.
We wish he would have talked to us about it more because we didn't realize how much of a problem it was until it was too late. I wish we would have asked more too, and I just wish people would have told us as well.
But as Dan Richards' family shared laughs, smiles, and their best memories of the boy they describe as the ideal teenager, they're reflecting on another part of their message towards those tormentors that goes beyond blame.
The family has no hard feelings toward you,
and you are forgiven.
Your actions are between you and God now.
Everybody deserves that second chance. It's not too late to change how you think about people, how you treat people, your perspective on life. God would want us to forgive them, so we have.
And as this family chooses to forgive, there's something they don't want any family to forget.
Just be caring and kind and talk to them, love them, cherish them. You never know how long you're going to get with your kids.
He had such a big heart and will be greatly missed.
In lieu of flowers, we ask that everyone be kind to each other.
KCCI 8 News starts right now with breaking news.
That breaking news is out of Marion County tonight, where in the past 2 hours, KCCI has learned a gender reveal party turned deadly outside of Knoxville. The Polk County flood shelter at Southeast Polk Junior High School is closed. The good news is county officials say housing needs have been met for everyone in the shelter. The shelter opened last Sunday with 80 available cots. Cleanup continues at a Windsor Heights park that was underwater last weekend. The city's residents came together to clean up Colby Park Saturday. It was one of the worst hit areas in the city. At one point, under 6 feet of water. Volunteers were tasked with raking off the residue, spreading mulch, and scrubbing benches. Firefighters even helped wash away dirt from the once flood-covered tennis courts. 50 people showed up to help with the time-consuming and labor-intensive work. Oh, hi, Elgin.
How's it going, my fellow Floridian?
Yeah, I know. 2 Floridians at the desk at once. What's up with that?
I'm pretty sure we made history today.
KCCI history. You're watching it. Well, thanks for staying with us or joining us this morning. Bree is in with our forecast, and Bree, I just noticed we're matching.
We are. It's as if we planned it.